stay tuned to find out how we got our child to eat his vegetables and like them. As many of you guys have noticed, little buddy is an amazing eater. He is awesome at eating his veggies and eating things like curried lamb shank and other dishes like that I make. Well, it hasn't always been that way. Cheez-Its, pasta, frozen pizza and frozen chicken nuggets, goldfish. These were the primary components of little buddy's diet as a toddler. All attempts at serving him other foods, whole foods, healthier foods, were met with opposition and in some cases hunger strikes. I was afraid if I didn't keep feeding him the junk, then he would starve because he wasn't gonna eat the other stuff. So Ashley and I just kept feeding him what is considered the standard American diet of highly processed and salty foods. In late 2013, I found Gary Collins, who is the creator of the Primal Power Method, and Gary introduced me to the concept of the Primal Diet, primal living. My family found you originally because we switched to a primal diet.
Yeah.
And that's been a real important part of our lifestyle. And
your Arnold Schwarzenegger physique, right?
Oh, of course,
okay.
absolutely. In addition to some of the lifestyle components of the Primal Power Method, there is the diet end of it, which primarily is the elimination of grains and legumes. I started dabbling with the Primal Diet. I liked the idea behind it. I really liked the concept. But it was really difficult to execute because I would try to eat primal, but Ashley really wasn't into it. And back then, I wasn't doing very much cooking. So it's kind of hard to have a primal diet when pasta is being served for dinner.
Ready to climb on the mountain?
Whoa. That is one big mountain of snow there, isn't it, little buddy? We've gotten a lot of snow over the last couple days, probably a foot just yesterday alone. So our neighbor came through to plow our driveway, and he built this huge berm with his skid loader. Little buddy, can you get up there?
Catching up.
Woo! We made it up, little buddy.
Yes! You know how we get back there? We slide down there.
Are you gonna slide? All right, let's see you do it. That wasn't much of a slide. It's cold and windy out here. Let's finish the story inside. It's a little warmer in there. Much nicer in here. Much warmer. So with my quasi-primal eating habits, I was really enjoying the results of it. The biggest benefit for me was the blood sugar stabilization. In September of 2014, right around the time of Ashley's birthday, she decided that she was ready to go primal. So she jumped on board with it, and she loved the results that she was getting with the primal diet. With two of us on board, I was thinking, how do we transition little buddy to a primal diet? It's kind of hard for us to be on a primal diet and not him, but how am I going to get him to eat his veggies? For the few months prior to that point, little buddy started having digestive issues. And by October, it had gotten to the point where we knew we needed to change his diet. It was really important for his health that we did so. By the end of October 2014, it was on. We were all full steam ahead, primal lifestyle, primal diet. But how did I transition little buddy over from eating frozen pizza and chicken nuggets to whole foods? So I had to get a little bit creative with this. I took little buddy's favorite food, pizza, and turned it into something else, but still called it pizza. Here's what I did. It was really just eggplant pizza. I sliced the eggplant long ways, making these wide, flat pieces of eggplant. Then I made a ground beef meat sauce in a red pizza sauce and put it on top of the eggplant and sprinkled mozzarella cheese on it, and into the oven it went. And then I served it to little buddy and I said, here's some pizza. I didn't say it was eggplant pizza, just pizza. He loved it and asked for more. All the Cheez-Its, goldfish, all that stuff, out the door, bye-bye. I replaced it with fruit snacks, apples, pears, orange, and little buddy didn't seem to mind. He liked having the fruit for snacks. It was awesome. Do you like your carrot?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say, hi, Mommy?
Bye-bye, Mommy.
After about 3 days of eggplant pizza, I thought it's time for me to try some other things. So the next night, I incorporated some broccoli. I don't remember the entree. It was probably a chicken dish with some broccoli added into it. And little buddy devoured the broccoli. He ate it all up and then asked for seconds. With that, I knew we were onto something. Kale, broccolini, spinach, mushrooms.
Oh, I love mushrooms. May I please have my fork?
Yes.
Mmm.
But the list goes on. Cauliflower, beets, Brussels sprouts, fennel, carrots, radishes even, bell pepper, almost anything. I went on a quest to find what vegetable he wouldn't eat, and we did find one that he just did not like, cabbage. And I make some awesome cabbage. It's not me, it's not my cooking. He just does not like cabbage. He's also not keen on celery, just won't eat the celery. And last night I found out there's one more he's adding to the list, and this is not a stretch based on the last one, but celery root. He used to really like the celery root, which surprised me because he didn't like celery. But last night he declared no more celery root.
What I don't like, celery root.
Take a bite of it.
But it doesn't taste good anymore. Not good. Huh? I hate celery root.
You don't like the celery root.
No, I sure don't.
Why did this work though? Before switching him to a primal diet, he would not go near a green piece of food. 2 reasons, and I will say that these are theoretical and just my opinion. Number 1, no access to junk food. We eliminated that as a possibility and replaced fruit and other things like that as snacks. We replaced the junk with the fruit and organic grass-fed plain yogurt that we would add a little bit of honey to give them a little sweetness through that transition. But these replacements worked great in the absence of the junk. And number 2, his taste buds were resensitized. I've read studies that show people on the standard American diet, really high processed, refined sugar diet, their taste buds get desensitized from all that food. And they're not able to taste or appreciate the quality of vegetables in these whole foods that don't have all the junk added to it. The flavors just aren't there for them. I really think that study helps explain why little buddy was able to now appreciate vegetables and not just appreciate them, but like devour them, because he could taste them now. With a diet of chicken nuggets and Cheez-Its, he wasn't able to get the flavors out of that vegetable with desensitized taste buds. Now with that gone, his taste buds revitalized, he was able to enjoy those foods. It's been almost 2.5 years that we've been following this Primal Diet closely, and not once has little buddy protested, not once has he asked for Cheez-Its or goldfish, any of that stuff. It is completely unappealing to him. But more importantly, his digestive issue that he was having almost immediately resolved itself. And he has not had any issues since we've been on the Primal Diet. And you guys know what a fantastic eater he is. You've seen it. Good job, little buddy.
Thank you, Chef. Is there any more kale left?
Yes, you want some more?
Yes.
So the Primal Diet has been a really big success for our family. It has worked really well for us and has resulted in a much healthier lifestyle and a much more favorable, non-competitive dining experience, for sure. Little buddy, I'm really glad we didn't see anyone we know in there. I mean, what would people think if they saw us with pasta in our shopping cart?
I don't know, they might call a police.
What'd you think of that lunch?
Well, I liked the kale. It was yummy. You look like Mike and Monster. I think, does that camel look like Mike and Monster? I think it has one eye.
Guess so.
Yeah, see? Not two of them. I've tasted these before and I like them because they have nice flavors. But I always was scared when the first time I was going to eat kale. But I'm not scared of kale anymore. That's what's my first thing I'm going to eat.